Hello, I'm going to read from Exercise Physiology, Theory and Application to Fitness and Performance, 9th edition by Powers and Halley. Yes, you get credit, for sure. I'm just reading it for myself. Chapter 3, Bioenergetics. Alright, so let's see, we're going to go to page 40. Thousands of chemical reactions occur throughout the body during each minute of the day collectively. These reactions are called metabolism. Metabolism is broadly defined as the total of all cellular reactions and includes chemical pathways that result in the synthesis of molecules, anabolic reactions, as well as the breakdown of molecules, catabolic reactions. Because energy is required by all cells, it is not surprising that cells possess chemical pathways that are capable of converting foodstuffs, fats, proteins, carbohydrates, into a biologically usable form of energy. The metabolic process is termed as bioenergetics. For you to run, jump, or swim, skeletal muscle cells must be able to continuously extract energy from food nutrients. Indeed, in order to continue to contract, muscle cells must have a continuous source of energy. When energy is not readily available, muscular contraction is not possible, and thus work must stop. Therefore, given the importance of cellular energy production during exercise, it is critical that students of exercise physiology develop a thorough understanding of bioenergetics. It is the purpose of this chapter to introduce both general and specific concepts associated with bioenergetics. Cell structure. Cells were discovered in the 17th century by the English scientist Robert Hooke. Advancements in the microscope over the past 300 years have led to improvements in our understanding of cell structure and function. To understand bioenergetics, it is important to have some appreciation of cell structure and function. 4 elements. An element in a basic chemical substance compose over 95% of the human body. These include oxygen, 65%, carbon, 18%, hydrogen, 10%, and nitrogen, 3%. Additional elements found in rather small amounts in the body include sodium, iron, zinc, potassium, magnesium, chloride, and calcium. These various elements are linked by chemical bonds to form molecules or compounds. Compounds that contain carbon are called organic compounds, whereas those that do not contain carbon are termed inorganic. For example, water, H2O, lacks carbon and is thus inorganic. In contrast, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates contain carbon and are all organic compounds. As the basic functional unit of the body, the cell is a highly organized factory capable of synthesizing a large number of compounds necessary for formal cellular function. Figure 3.1 illustrates the structure of a muscle cell. Muscle cells are also called muscle fibers. Note that not all cells are alike, nor do they all perform the same function. Nonetheless, in general, cell structures can be divided into 3 major parts. Number 1, cell membrane. The cell membrane, also called the sarcolemma in skeletal muscle fibers, is a semi-permeable barrier that separates the cell from the extracellular environment. 2 important functions of the cell membrane are to enclose the components of the cell and to regulate the passage of various types of substances in and out of the cell. The nucleus. Number 2. The nucleus is a large, round body within the cell that contains the cellular genetic components, the genes. Genes are composed of double strands of I haven't said this in like 4 years. Deoxyribonucleic acids, DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acids, DNA, which serve as the basis for genetic code. Genes regulate protein synthesis, which determines cell composition and controls cellular activity. The field of molecular biology is concerned with understanding the regulation of genes and is introduced in a closer look 3.1. Note that although most cells have only one nucleus, skeletal muscle fibers are unique in that they have many nuclei along the entire length of the muscle fiber. Cytoplasm, number 3, still in cell structure, called sarcoplasm in the muscle cell. This is the fluid portion of the cell between the nucleus and the cell membrane. Contained within the cytoplasm are various organelles, minute structures, that are concerned with specific cellular functions. One such organelle, the mitochondria, my favorite, is called the powerhouse of the cell and is involved in the oxidative conversion of foodstuffs into usable cellular energy. The important role that mitochondria play in skeletal muscle bioenergetics will be discussed later in this chapter. Also contained in the cytoplasm are the enzymes that regulate the breakdown of glucose. Talk about the mitochondria right now. It's it later. There's a T-Rex loose in downtown Claremont, and it's headed some direction, but we're not gonna tell you right now. Wait 30 minutes and tune back in. We'll let you know which way the T-Rex is going. No. Okay. So that was page 40. We'll hold off right there. That was a cell structure, page 40, chapter 3, bioenergetics.